Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to episode 4 of Exodus. Today, we are going to start off this episode with launching some satellites. Quite a few satellites. I'm going to do it like the tourist missions, where I won't show you a lot of them, because we needed to make some money. Because, as we'll see later, we don't actually have the ability to get all of the science things done that we need with our current science station, and that costs a ton of money to upgrade. So, as you can see here, we have our new rocket coming up, and it's got a little tiny satellite on the tip of it, and we're going to go and bring it to a orbit as pre ordered, I guess, by a client or whatnot. We got a contract to go and put a satellite in these two different orbits. Now, I'm assuming they want different satellites for each orbit, but you know what? They don't specify that, really. So we're going to go ahead and use this satellite for both because we want to make a lot of extra money. So you can see here, I'm going ahead and boosting up my apoapsis to about where I believe the periapsis is there. It's very hard for me to see it in the preview window because it's quite small. You know what? Actually, give me a second here. There we go, much better. Now I can actually see more of what's going on. Anyways, so we're at our apoapsis there. Just going to go ahead and push it up so that we're in close to about the same height of an orbit. Like we've... have we done this before? No, I don't think that we've done this before. Yes, that's why I decided to show this whole thing. I know what's going on, I promise. Anyways, so we'll just go ahead and adjust our orbit there a little bit, and we're getting right towards where inclination needs to be changed, just a little bit there. Doesn't have to be right on the dot, and we have it. There we go. That's some money right there. Or maybe we gotta wait for a second here so that it can actually be transmitted. But now, since that's been done, we can go ahead and start to rotate around because we have to begin orbiting in the other direction. Just go ahead and maneuver ourselves around here. But we're not quite in the right spot to do an inclination change now. So we'll go ahead and lower our periapsis there before we open up our antenna so that we don't lose connection with Kerbin and just make this little thing floating around in space, doing nothing for us, which that did happen a couple of times. But I'm not going to show those because I'm totally amazing at this game. Sure. Anyways, remove our little stage there, the second to last stage that we got on it, rotate ourselves around, and now we're just gonna have to go ahead and sort of shift our orbit over a little bit there. Yep, shifting. Yep, all nice. I don't know the technical term for that one, but we can also go ahead and just lower our orbit before we shift it a little bit more. There we go. That's close enough. And now we have that money as well. So here we're gonna go ahead and I installed some better lighting mods. I uninstalled it a little bit later for like one little clip that you're gonna see, but look at how pretty it looks. We got all these rockets going up with glorious, wonderful lighting. And yeah, I did this a whole lot more than just these 4 other times, but we'll go and get ourselves up. We're now in orbit in all of them, and we're about to reach our brand new destinations for each one of them, and they'll each make us lots and lots of money so we can get all those kerbals to their new home. Oh yeah, and then I also went and they wanted me to change the orbit of one of them for free monies. So yeah, that was easy. I will take your cash. Thank you very much. Yep. So, some of those gave us a little bit more science, and we had some science left over. So I decided to go ahead and buy more of the command pods. That way, we can fit more kerbals in and make some better landing craft for maybe the Mun, maybe Min-Miss. I don't know. We'll see here later. Yeah. All right. So just looking there if there's anything else that I want, and I really can't get some of the other stuff, but I want some of those bigger engines. The bigger engines would be nice. But we got another contract to go ahead and recover science data by transmission or actually recovering it from the surface of Minmus. So, This thing is not at all designed to land on Minmus, but what the hey, let's give it a shot. Make sure that it's in a nice biome that we haven't done much in before, and that little patch of gray whatever looks good enough to me. So we'll just go ahead and slow ourselves down here. Now, normally I'm pretty good at reading the markers to get it so that, oh yeah, I'm coming straight down onto the, surface that I want. And I don't know if it's just Minmus being so small and like on the edge of a hill or what, but you'll see as I get down here slower. Yeah, see, it says that I should be pointing straight down to slow myself down, but like there's a whole bunch of angular momentum there that I don't like. Like, this is a lot of angular momentum. No, I don't like this. So I'm going to go ahead, and even though it's not really telling me where I should point, even though it should be, I'm going to go ahead and just eyeball it some here and try to get myself in the right location. Yeah, there we go. See, that seems a lot better to me. Now, it says that I'm moving it like over 10 meters per second, but I don't believe it. Yeah. So, nice. The engines are going to kind of knock us around there. And, oh, shoot. Well, we're stuck on the ground. At least we'll be able to get the data, right? Oh, and that will be how we get back into orbit. Doesn't really count that as the data, though, because we're sort of floating around. So let's try the skin. Yep, send it off. Okay, now we actually have the data. Very nice. Let's close it and, yep, just push ourselves back into an orbit because low gravity, folks. It's amazing. Now we're on an exit trajectory. Not exactly what I'm wanting. So, just gonna maneuver this around. Now lower app. I can't even talk. It's still early in the morning. Lower our apoapsis. And there we go. We've got this in a nice little stable orbit. So, all those parts that we got are right here. This is our nice big new rocket that will get us back to the mun. That's right. We are going to the mun again. We got Val's the pilot because, I mean, it's Val. We actually have to successfully get her to the moon. Of course. Yeah. So with this rocket, we should be able to lift some other stuff as well, like maybe, I don't know, space station possibly? Maybe? Hopefully? Yeah, so we'll just cut through some of that and, yeah, no, that totally didn't explode. None of the Kerbals died, and that didn't explode. Yeah. No, none of the Kerbals died though, so I didn't have to like pay for anything. But yes, so we have a new rocket going out, and Val's getting pretty fed up with us. So Jeb is piloting. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and push this out to the mun, and get a nice little intercept here. Yep, there's our intercept, and you don't need to see me adjusting and time warping all the way there. So once we get like the basic adjustments here, yeah, we'll just cut to when we're right at our periapsis on our mun interception. Go ahead and point retrograde here, then fire up our thrusters and get a nice little circular orbit. Now for a moment here I was debating, how much slower am I going to be able to time warp if it's up or down at this sort of an orbit? It'll be fine. So yeah, I circularize my orbit, which makes it slower, and I can't time warp quite as fast, but that's all right. Take a little bit of science data there, and then just move around so that we're in the light side of the mun. And I'm thinking, that big crater should be nice. Yeah, because craters are smoother. That doesn't look very smooth down there. Maybe somewhere else inside the big crater is smooth. Yeah, maybe, no. Okay, none of this is smooth. That's all bad. Here-ish looks good. Yes. Okay, we'll go ahead and land here-ish. And since we still have our third stage there, we have lots of fuel to go ahead and land. I made sure that we were not going to get stuck this time. No getting stuck. So Val, I mean, you could have come along. Maybe you want to come in the next mission. This one had no problems. Yeah, so the next one probably won't either. Anyways, deploy our landing gear, and then here in a minute we're gonna drop that third stage. Just get to our landing stage. Just go down a little bit farther, slow ourselves down a little bit more, drop that stage. It hits the ground. Boom. Explodes a little bit, bounces, but everything's alright. And now we just come in for a very nice soft touchdown. So now that all is good and well and the jet has passed by, because I had to stop recording there for a second because of freaking jet. Anyways, we will get some science. Yes. See, all the Kerbals love that we're getting science. And we'll just take out one of our little Kerbals there. I believe that was Bill, I think? I wasn't paying a lot of attention. But yes, we got Bill out there, and we'll write something down because the preview window is bigger, but I still can't really see it. I think he's making some comment about Jeb not killing them, which, I mean, is accurate. It's kind of lucky that Jeb didn't kill them. It's not like I have any control over this, because I don't. But now we'll take Bob. Again, I think that was Bob, because Bob is a scientist, and we want the scientist out here to collect all of the science. Obviously, scientists, science. Come on, guys. But it isn't quite working. He's fed up with this. He's like, I'm going to do it when there's no gravity. So we get him back in, close up the doors here because it'll look nicer, and we take off. Gonna get back into orbit. Not like Val. Come on, guys. You can do this. Yeah. Go ahead and push up our little apoapsis there. Yep, that's high enough. And now we can just go ahead and circularize our orbit. Or, well, actually get into orbit. But circularize it too. Details. Open up the doors again, because we so needed to close them before. And I just want to point out how much better this looks. Like some of the reflections, and the shadows, and everything. I like having the lighting mod installed. I've fixed all the problems now that I had, so I can keep installed. But yeah, it's nice. So, we'll go ahead and grab all the science data. One of them along here, I actually just clicked and removed this science data, which was super annoying. But we got all the rest of the science data. So we can just get back inside the capsule with all of our data, close this up, and it should be all safe for our trip home. Just gotta get on the right side of the mun here. That way, when we exit the mun sphere of influence, it will at the same time lower our periapsis in Kerbin sphere of influence. Push ourselves out there. Yeah. Nice little lowered periapsis for Kerbin. Now, I think we pushed it up a little bit there, but it's not that big of a deal. And we're not at our apoapsis now, but that would take forever to warp around to our apoapsis, and I think that we do have enough supplies for it, but I'd really just rather not. So we go ahead and make that pretty low, and then if we just burned retrograde here, it wouldn't really lower it the way that I want. So we're going to do some fancy maneuvers here, like shift over our orbit some, while at the same time making it go down a little bit, and sort of play in between the two so that we get a nice low periapsis, but at the same time we're just slower. So yeah, now since we're down there, we just burn the rest of our fuel off. Since that was successful, decouple. Again, we took all the science, so it doesn't matter. That's going to get burnt up. And it's just the capsule now coming down on a nice, successful mission. See, Val, you should have came. I don't know what the problem was. It's just scaredy cat. Sheesh, or scaredy Kerbal. I don't know if Kerbals have cats. They might not. I could see like a cat picking up a Kerbal and playing with it like a chew toy. Anyways, got some more science from that. A lot more science. So we'll go ahead and buy a few new connection pieces so that we can do different docking maneuvers and get some money from that. We'll just go ahead and look at some of these other pieces here that we want, because actually what's going to happen soon is we're going to have to get a space station, because we got a lot of Kerbals that, I mean, we've been around for a little while now. We've gone to some different moons around Kerbin. They want off Kerbin. The whole point of this space agency was to get them off Kerbin, so we're gonna have to go ahead and put about 10 of them in a space station around the mun. Yeah, I mean, partially because we also have another contract to make a space station around the mun, but man, those Kerbals, they want on that station. So we're gonna have to go ahead and do that. But before we do that, we'll still need a few extra pieces that we can't quite buy, so we're gonna have to go ahead and get some more science. Now you can see here that those engines on the bottom are now the mainsail engines. So we're actually getting really fast here, too fast, so I decided to cut the center engine and just throttle these other two up. Now I could have just throttled down, that would have worked fine too, but we don't need it, so whatever. We'll just push up our apoapsis there. Yep, we're going so fast that now we're getting re-entry effects. And you can also see there, it's not the same sort of top on this rocket. It's not just a pod. We actually have a shroud around there, keeping our secrets for our special spacecraft there. Or, it's just like it's not aerodynamic now because it's a new spacecraft and they get ripped apart. Yeah, again, details. It's not important, right? But we'll just kind of move up here to our apoapsis and circularize our orbit. Well, get an orbit, then circularize. I just can't get the details this morning. And there for a second there, you got to see the rocket. So I'm actually going to go into normal time here because as you can notice, there is no extra life support on this rocket, and there are no solar panels, which means they got like less than a day before they run out of power. Considering that I'm going to have to dock these two crafts together, that's bad. So we're going to have to go ahead and put something, maybe in between the two modules that can generate power and give them life support. Because even after, if we solve the power problem, they're going to need life support in like 2 days. And this mission is going to Minmus, so that ain't going to be a thing. So tune in next time for us hopefully saving Val, Bill, and Chadberry Kerman. Yes, we have 2 ladies on this one, not just Val. Val, once again, she's in a mission that's not going right. I think that she's gonna get upset with me. But we'll save her, it's fine. But that's gonna be it for this episode. So yeah, see you guys next time. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and go ahead and watch some other stuff on Warax to fill the time till then. Bye.